In this video, I'll be starting singly linked list. I'll be covering the code for inserting data into a linked list, displaying the content of a linked list, and basically what a linked list is. So linked lists are linear data structures that hold data in objects called nodes. So before we start with the coding part, let's see what a linked list is. So a linked list, here, let me draw it for you. We have these objects called nodes, and these objects they store the data and a pointer. So a linked list is like a train. All of the boxes are connected to each other so that we would know how the data is stored, how it's linked. And these nodes, let's zoom a node in and see what's inside it. So this is a node, and all of these nodes are connected with each other. Now this node has two parts, the data part and then the pointer part. The data is whatever we have to store in the linked list. For example, numbers, so 1, 2, 1. This will store 1, then the next will store 2, and so on. And pointer is the pointer that's pointing towards the next node. So let's say that this is our memory, 0, 1, 2. These are our memory spaces. So this our node at the 0 memory position is pointing towards the node at 1. So here our pointer would be 1 because it's pointing towards 1. And 1 is pointing towards 2, so here our pointer would be 2. And 2 is pointing towards nothing, so here our pointer would be null. And then here we will have our data, which is, let's say, A, B, and C, and so on. So this is basically how a linked list works. Now let's move towards the coding part. So this is C++, so we have to start with include IOStream. I've covered the basics of C++ in a previous video. And then we have int main. For now, our work is not in the main part. In this main section, we write the main code, the one that runs the whole function. But right now, we need to create a linked list. We need to create what this is. We need to create a node. So for that, we need to create a structure, because as you know, data types like integer, string, float, these just store a specific value. An integer cannot store 5.5. A string cannot just store a one integer value. And here we need two things. We need two data types. We need a pointer and we need whatever data type we're storing, which can be an integer, a float, a string, anything. So over here we'll be creating a structure. The keyword for structure is struct, and let's name it node. Now this node will contain data and a pointer which will be of type node. Why will be of type node? Because as you can see here, it's pointing towards a memory position, and the memory position is of type node. So, and this star sign stands for pointer. So whenever you need a pointer, you will use this star. And let's name it next because it's pointing towards our next linked node. And after creating this whole struct, we will add a semicolon. So this is the basic structure of a linked list, a node in a linked list. Now let's see how it works, how the insertion and deletion works. First, you should know that we have two pointers in this, a first pointer and a last pointer. Our first pointer points towards the first object in the node. Here, our first pointer will point over here. And our last pointer will point over here. So if I'm adding another object here, D, then C's pointer will point towards not null, it will point towards 3. Here we'll have D, and D will be pointing towards null because it has nothing ahead, and our last will move from C to D. So this is how insertion in a linked list works. You need to know that our last pointer is updated, and the previous node we had, which was pointing towards null, it is now pointing towards the new node that we added. So let's create the pointers. They will also be of type node. Because right now the linked list is empty, it will point towards null. And last will also point towards null. So now let's write a function. This is how you write a function. Insert at end. And in the parameter we'll take int new data. So over here we'll write the complete function of how we're inserting the data in the linked list. So imagine our linked list is empty right now. We're gonna take a new node, let's call it current. We'll take a new node current. Right now, when we create a new node, it will have a garbage value in its data. Here, there's a garbage value here, and there's a garbage value here. So let's create a new node. We'll call it node current equals to new node. So when we write this part, new node, what happens is in our memory we have created this box. This box is created, it's called current, and it has a data and a pointer section in the node, because here in our structure we already created it with data and a pointer. So now our new node is created. Now in our current, we want the data to be assigned the value of new data. So how that's done is we write current and then we use this. Wait. So in our current node, in the data section, we'll assign it the value of new data. Now we need to check two things. If the linked list is empty right now, our first and last pointer both are assigned with null. So because there's only one item added in the linked list, both the first and the last pointer will point towards current, because right now no data has been added. So for that we'll add a condition: if first is equals to null, this means that no data has been added. Then we'll say first will be equal to current and our last will be equal to current. Both first and last pointer will point towards our current node. However, if that's not the case and if some data has been added, we're gonna check. Let's see if we have this. Our first pointer is pointing here and our last pointer is pointing here. Here we have our data and our pointer, which is, let's say, null. So what we're gonna do is we want this null value to be equal to current. Why? Because now it's gonna point towards current. So we need the next of last. So last next will be equal to current. This is a bit tricky to understand at first, but if you look at it carefully, we're adding this new node here, this one. And right now our linked list, the last value in the linked list is pointing towards null. We don't want it to point towards null. We want it to point towards the new node that we're adding, which is current. So that's why the next of the last pointer here, this will be equal to current. Last next will be equal to current. And now we need to do one more thing. Our last is pointing here to the second last value now, but now our current is last, so we have to change the value of last as well. we have to make sure that last points here now instead of here. So what we're going to do is we're going to change the value of last to current as well. So these few lines of code is how you insert a value at the end of a linked list. For this video, let's look at one more function, which is display. So in display, we're going to print all of the items that we have in our linked list. First, I'll write the code, then I'll explain it. Try to see if you can understand what I'm doing. So now let me explain this code. I will take a temporary pointer and I'll name it temp, and I'll assign it the value of the first node. So this is my first pointer. Here are the values of A, B, C, and D. So here I need to make sure that it traverses through the whole linked list till it gets to null. So I wanted to start at first. So now the value of temp right now is first. Then it's going to enter the loop. What the loop is doing is it's going to keep running the code till temp is not equal to null. So as soon as temp is equals to null, the code will stop. Why null? Because here the last value is null. So it entered the loop. It will check if first is equals to null. It's not. So it's going to print the data of temp. So the data of temp right now is A. Then what it's going to do is it's going to do temp is equals to temp next. So temp right now is the first value. This is temp. I want temp to move here now and print this value. So here the pointer, the next of temp will point towards here. So when I do temp is equals to temp next, it will look here in the next part. It will see that it's pointing towards B, and now temp will move over here. And then it's going to print B. Then it's going to do the same, print C. Then it's going to print D, and then it's going to check that the next here will be equal to null. And when it goes back to the loop, it's going to see that temp is equal to null now, so it's going to stop running the code. Here, another good practice is to assign, whenever we create a structure, we should assign it these values so that it's not stored with garbage values. Now to test this, let's write the main code. We've written the structure, we've written the functions. Now let's test this. Let's add a few values. Let's add 5 values. And to test if they've been added, let's do display. So as you can see here, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I added these arrows to make it more visible to you that it's in a linked list and they're pointing towards each other, but you can output them any way you want. You can remove these arrows and output them on separate lines as well. So here you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So This is basically how a linked list works, the basic concept of a linked list, and how you insert data at the end and how you display the data in a linked list. There are many other questions that are covered in data structures, like reversing a linked list or swapping elements in a linked list, removing items in a linked list, and so on, which we will cover in further videos.